Jeffrey always fails. He fails and fails. He's not disciplined. He plays video games. He stuffs his face with junk food. He's fat. He can't go to the gym. He goes to the gym and one day and the next day he quits. He wants to be successful, but he's not motivated enough. He doesn't want it bad enough. We got Adonis on the other hand. Adonis, he knows what it takes. He knows it's going to take a lot of hard work. He works on it every day. He's persistent. He's continuous with his goal. He knows his defined purpose in life. And he works on it every day. So you need to quit being a Jeffrey. We need to be more like Adonis, right? So I will be sharing with you the 5 major attributes to failure. These are what most people fail on, right? These type of things will lead people to failure, right? Starting with number 1, I'm gonna cut to the chase. A lack of defined purpose. A lot of people don't know what their purpose in life is. They don't know what their ultimate goal in life is. And I believe it's important to know what your purpose in life is. It's important to know what your purpose in life is. You need to have a defined purpose. You need to know what you're working for. You need to know your ultimate goal that you're working for every day. They interviewed 100 people. And only 2% of the people that they interviewed knew their purpose in life. And y'all want to know what? Only those 2 people were the only really successful out of the 100 people they interviewed, right? Randomly. So just by you having a definitive purpose in life, you already stand out from the rest of the population. You're already in the top 2%. So that's number 1. You got to know what your purpose is. I believe you're not going to find it automatically. And your purpose might change. You might think you're meant to be a teacher. Later, a couple months down the road, you realize you're not fit for that. You want to do something else, right? That's what it's about. But the never stop working and never always realize that your purpose could change. But make sure you always define your purpose. Step number 2, or tip number 2, the second major attributes to failure is the lack of ambition. A lot of people want to be rich, but no one wants to work for it, right? It's like everybody wants a 6-pack, but nobody wants to put the effort for it. There's a lot of people that are very comfortable. I feel like when you're comfortable, that's a man's weakness. You lose, you're not ambitious. When you're not ambitious, you get comfortable and you stay on and you don't progress after that. You should not be comfortable. Always seek to be uncomfortable, because that's when a man grows the most. When a man is put through uncomfortable situations, that's when he grows the most. For example, when you go to the gym and you're hitting that last rep and your muscles they can't push no more. That's an uncomfortable situation. That's when you grow the most. When you wake up early at 5 a.m. to go run, that's an uncomfortable situation. When you get up, you know that takes discipline to do that. And you grow. You become more disciplined. You become a better man. And that's what every man should focus on. Becoming a better man every day. We're all competing out here. It's not I was better than yesterday. No. Because there's guys that's going to be working 2 times as hard as you. And you got to realize there's men out here that are more ambitious than you. You got to realize that. So we're going to number 3. A lack of self-discipline. Go again with everybody wants to be rich, but nobody wants to put in the work, right? It's a lack of self-discipline will really mess you up. And that could define if you're successful or not. A lot of successful people, they have a lot of things in common. They have a lot in common. They're all disciplined. They know what they need to get done. They do the hard work, especially when they don't feel like it. They know what they have to do. and they get it done. And that's why they're the reason they're successful. That's why you need to be a self-disciplined individual, and you need to know what you need to get done. Number 4, they might be in an unfavorable environment. I feel like environment has to do with a lot. It's like the little saying, show me your friends and I'll show you your future, right? You become like you become like your friends. Who you hang around with has to do with a lot. It's your environment. Your environment affects you more than you think. That's why most of these drug addicts, whenever they take them to get therapy, when they're in therapy, they manage to get away from the addiction. But when they come right out of therapy, and they go back to the bad environment, that's when they break the cycle and they start all over again. That's why environment is big. Who you hang around with is big. It can affect you more than you think. I believe in energy as well. You hang out with people with bad energy, you're more than likely going to have bad energy yourself. So make sure you choose your friends wisely. Know who you hang around with. You can use this it could benefit you as well. Start hanging out with millionaires, you'll be the next millionaire. Start hanging out with alcoholics, you'll be the next alcoholic. Just depends on how you want to use it, right? And I believe the most important one, I left it for last, number 5, lack of control sexual urge. A lot of people can't control their sexual urge, especially as men. I was reading a book on sexual urges, right? I believe your sexual energy is the most powerful energy. That's why a lot of men do what they do, right? That's why most men become successful. What's the reason behind them wanting to be successful? They got a whole lot of other females to mate with. It's engraved inside us. That's our whole purpose as a male, right? To mate with a female, and that's what pushes us. That's why all this, I believe that's why civilization is the basic block of civilization. Civilization advances for that same reason, that we have that sexual urge to mate. You go to work, what do you go to work for? To make sure you become a better man so you can actually get laid. I'll do a whole another video on that. But I believe that right there can determine your success or not. If you don't know how to control that, you're not going to be a successful person. If you have that under control, you could use that energy somewhere else, right? You have that sexual urge. Every man does. It's engraved inside you. Now, most people don't know how to use it properly. Most people just go and rub one off, or that's why most people get caught around, messing around, being unloyal, right? So I believe a man that knows how to control their sexual urge is a very dangerous man and a very successful man. And there's not a lot of men out there that know how to control that. So the moment you know how to control that and use that energy to your advantage, you'll start making millions. But those were the 5 major attributes to failure. Make sure you stay away from these as much as possible. Do a little self-quiz yourself. Tell yourself where can you improve on, right? Try to improve every day. And like always, stay on the grind.